Good morning, children. Class 12. Last class we discussed about staff morale. Now this week we'll be discussing about motivation. Motive plus action. So that's staff motivation. Students, today's chapter is chapter number 7, staff motivation. Now as you can see, motivation has been derived from the word motive. Motive means urge to do something. It is an energizing and activating force. That means something which will force you to do something. It's a drive. When the incentive satisfies somebody's need, they feel inspired to work. Incentive means whatever you're getting after doing the work, if it is satisfy your need, you feel inspired to work more for achieving your goal. Now these are the key words we need to understand if we have to go in detail for motivation. You have got few definitions in the book. Motivation means the process of stimulating people to action to accomplish desired goal by William Scott. It refers to the way in which urge, these words are important, urge, drives, desire, aspiration, steering, or needs direct control explain the behavior of human being given by Dalton. But basically people go with this definition and this one. Motivation is an inspirational process, so you can say it's an inspirational process as well. And what they do, they carry out proper task, accept the general to play the effective part in the job. It is given by E.F.E.L. Bridge. Now, motivation is a general term applying to the entire class drives, desire, needs, wishes, and similar forces. And basically these are the words which will keep on coming now, because this is what is motivation is all about, given by Kuntis O'Donnell. In the slides you can see them in detail. Now let us see the process of motivation. Now first process is, suppose you get to know that you have got a need. So first thing what you'll do, suppose you're hungry, what you knew, hunger is a need. You will discover the new need. Now there are two ways. One is need, old need, and other is new need. And once you have the need, you start doing the action. Most of us do the action. Those who are sloth, they don't. Well, so once you have the need, what do? You start doing some action. You want to do some action. So with that action, if your need is fulfilled, it's very good. It's a healthy sign. It's a positive sign. And if it doesn't fulfill, then it's a negative sign. So what are the characteristics? Basically, it's a psychological concept because people understand it through psychological things. So it's vary from person to person. Motivation is in total. It is not that, okay, 50% motivated and 50% not. If somebody is motivated, he is motivated all through. It's a continuous process because man is wanting animal. Once it gets something, it wants more and more and more. That's why Pepsi says, Dil mange more. Now, next is motivation cause goal-directed behavior. Goal-directed behavior means when you have got some need, then only you can get motivated. Otherwise, you don't want. And once that particular things, whatever your need gets fulfilled, you are satisfied. Motivation may be financial or non-financial. You will be getting this thing more. Now it may be payment, allowances, bonus. These are the financial motivation. There are other also responsibility, praise, appreciation. These are non-financial. It's a complex process because generally individual differ from person to person. You know, one person, suppose your Aftab will get motivation in different way. At the same time, you'll see Anthony will get motivated in different ways. So it's different, you know. Difference between motivation and morals are, first, just see the disposition. Disposition means the characteristics. If motivation is individual, moral is group. Concept wise, motivation is narrow and moral is broad concept. Mutual belonging is, you can see the motivation person tend to experiencing high moral, whereas a person in high moral group need not be motivated. As studies and research is concerned, motivation, it requires extensively explored. That means you need to search a lot of things and intensively studied. Whereas in morale, to lift up somebody's attitude, emotions, you don't require that kind of studies, don't you? Now next we'll be discussing about Abraham Maslow. Abraham Maslow was born in Brooklyn since 1908, and 1970 he died. Maslow was a psychologist who studied the lives and activities of individual. So he has seen that everybody has got a different motives to live. So their requirement and their needs, he has given a law, and the law is called hierarchy law of Maslow become very famous, and where he has given 5 level of needs. So he has given the level, and he says that all these various level are interdependent and overlapping. Like overlapping means after one the next level comes. So that is how he has given. Just see, first physical need. Physical need means air, water, food, rest, health. Security means need of shelter, stability. Social need, as you know, belongingness, inclusive, ego. And last is self-actualization. We'll be going in detail. Physical needs are, as we know, basic need which is required to survive, like air, water, nourishment, sleep. So Maslow says that after satisfying these needs, everybody wants some higher needs. So after that, safety. Of course, safety, shelter is required. Stable medical insurance is required. Nowadays, after coronavirus, a lot of safety required. Mask is required, you can say. So he says that this is a basic needs everybody requires. So all the employers, they want this. Then next is level 3. You can see social need, that belongingness. We require friends, we require belongings like relatives and all. So this need is give and receive love. So all this thing is required for a normal human being. And after that, a higher kind of need which people normally want is esteem need. Esteem is self-respect, achievement, attention, recognition, reputation. These are all very, very higher order, where your status is being developed. You require this kind of need. And finally, you have got self-actualization need, which is truth, justice, wisdom, meaning. This is this is the zenith. Zenith means the top level. Self-actualization. After receiving all these needs, the employee or general people, they want self-actualization. So these 5 needs have been given by Maslow. So these are called hierarchy. Now implication for management is that with knowing all this, we can guide our motivation plan, and that is how our management style, job design, company events, and compensation, packaging, these are all depend upon all these needs. Now next is Friedrich Herzberg. Going to much higher thing, let us see the Maslow's hierarchy's assumption, which is also subject to the limitation. One is that first the lower level achieved, then only high level achieved. That is a wrong thing, because at times people don't get the lower level satisfaction, but they can go to the higher level self-actualization need, and it cannot be arranged in a sequential order. So Friedrich Herzberg, born in April 18th 1923 in America. He was a psychologist, and he has given some theory which is very helpful to the business management, job enrichment, and motivator hygiene theory. This hygiene out here is also called maintenance. Now his theory says that satisfaction and dissatisfaction are not opposite, but they are separate constructs. Now hygiene factors are extrinsic, that means coming from outside, and these are like work conditions, salary, company policy. And motivating factors are those which are intrinsic, that means within, like achievement, responsibility, and growth. And Hedgeberg says the hygiene factor must be met to remove dissatisfaction. If the motivators are given, then the satisfaction will already get. That means hygiene factors, just see these are the hygiene factors which lead to the job dissatisfaction if you don't get them. That means these are basic maintenance things. And motivating factor, if you give them, then definitely job satisfaction will be achieved, like promotion, responsibility, achievement. Now these are all the factors which can give you dissatisfaction. That means company policy, if it is wrong, then like you have to see that for maintaining of a policy or a particular company staff, you need to see that which are giving them dissatisfaction and which are giving them satisfaction. If company's policy give them dissatisfaction, definitely they cannot work good. If the salary is less, they cannot. So relationship with the other group members and all. So implication for management is that if the motivation hygiene theory holds, then management not only provide hygiene factors to avoid employee dissatisfaction, that means you have to maintain them so that they will not be dissatisfied, but also have to provide them more intrinsic factor, that means motivating factor, so that they become satisfied. So it's not that you need to only see the dissatisfaction aspect, you have to see the satisfaction aspect as well. Now what are the criticism? Criticism is that it's natural that the critics argued that it is natural for the better thing they will say, okay, this is my own achievement. For dissatisfaction, they will always blame others. Furthermore, job satisfaction doesn't necessarily imply a high level of motivation or productivity. That means you cannot say that, okay, the person may be satisfied, but they are not motivated enough or productive enough. Now just see the relationship down below Maslow's law. First is, as you know, physical, safety and social. These three are covered by the hygiene factors, which are called maintenance factor, like salary, quality of supervision, that means boss, quality of supervision, status, interpersonal relationship with the colleagues. But the last two, esteem and self-actualization, which is related to the motivators, that means challenges given, responsibility given, advancement given. So you can see that. Just going through the detail, just see job dissatisfaction, how you get job dissatisfaction and how you get job satisfaction. So you have to improving the motivating factors to increase the satisfaction. You have to improve the hygiene factors also to decrease the job dissatisfaction. This is the theory. You found out the relationship between Maslow and Hedgeberg's. We have seen that Hedgeberg's and Maslow's are quite similar, but let us see there are some differences also, because in your book it is written in this table. Just see formulation part in terms of need for Maslow, but in terms of reward for Hedgeberg's. Order of needs, it's like sequential order, but here is no order. Name of the theory descriptive, Hedgeberg's is prescriptive because you have to prescribe them. This essence of the theory, unsatisfied needs motivated, and here is gratification, that is the satisfaction. Motivators, in Maslow theory any need can be motivators, but here Hedgeberg's only the higher order. Applicability takes general. Maslow is a general view, but in Hedgeberg it is more micro view. That's it. Thank you. Complete your worksheet with the slides, because I will be providing you with the slide as well to complete the worksheet. Thank you and God bless you. Important things. Factor influencing staff motivations are financial incentives or non-financial. Financial, as you know, payment, bonus, profit sharing, and non-financials are like career upliftment, promotions, etc. Importance is puts human resource into action. It improves the efficiency and builds the friendly relationship, leads stability in workforce, reduction in labor turnover. It also motivates the people to achieve more, and it's important for the individual as well, because this is very motivating factor. Now intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic means which is coming from within, and extrinsic is which is coming from outside. Now in intrinsic it's enjoyment, more like working enjoyment, but extrinsic is values and all superimposed. At time extrinsic is also called luck. Thank you very much. I know that you can fill up the worksheet properly. Thank you. All the best.